Once again, I welcome all of you for this evening's Bhagavad Gita study session. Today, we are trying to understand from the chapter 2. So, since chapter 2 is very big chapter, we are dividing into two sessions, part 1 and part 2. So, today, we will be covering up to text number 37. First chapter of the Bhagavad Gita is called Observing the Armies in the Battlefield of Kurukshetra. Those who attended last time, you all know what happened. Basically, the Dhritarashtra was keen to know what is happening in the Kurukshetra, and Krishna and Arjuna and all the Kauravas and Pandavas, everybody assembled there in the battlefield. Since Krishna is there in Kurukshetra, the Kurukshetra became Dharmakshetra because God is personally present. If God was not present in that battle, that cannot be called as Dharmakshetra. So many wars took place in the history. Historically, if you read the books, big wars between Marathas and British, Ashoka and so many wars, Alexander and this and that. But none of these wars are as famous as Mahabharata war. None of these wars are considered divine. Why? Here, the God himself is present in the battlefield and overseeing the battle, ensuring that what he wants happens there. He is personally present. So, Dharmakshetra. Since Krishna is personally present, somewhere in the corner of the heart of Dhritarashtra, there is a fear. Oh, Dharma will win in this war. If Dharma wins, my children are not always in the path of Dharma. They will be vanquished. So he expresses this concern indirectly to Sanjaya by asking Dharma Kshetre Kurukshetre Samaveta Yutsavaha. Then further Sanjaya explains what is happening in the war field. Sanjaya portrays what is Duryodhana, how he is very diplomatically, cunningly speaking and creating some kind of fear, some kind of pain to Drona and Bhishma and making them feel that they should fight rigorously for Kauravas. Then it is explained how all the Kauravas and Pandavas, the prominent Kshatriyas in the battlefield, blow their conches, Shankha, because it is decided the battle will start with the Shankhanadha and will the Shankhanadha. So there is a Shankha. So there also Sanjaya hints, while talking about Krishna's conch, he says Divyo Shankham. Krishna's Shankha is not the Shankha which is what we see generally made of the bone. It is not like that. Krishna's Shankha is Panchajanya, which is a spiritual. Divyo Shankha. So the spiritual Shankha and Krishna is on the side of the Pandavas. So then naturally the victory, Esha Pakshe Janardhana, where Janardhana, the Lord is there, that side of the victory. So indirect hint Sanjaya gives. Then Sanjaya says what is happening. He starts giving the live commentary. Now Arjuna asks Krishna, please draw my chariot between the battlefield. Krishna, though the Supreme God, serves his devotee Arjuna out of his love and affection for his devotee. And he brings the chariot in between the battlefield and asks Arjuna, my dear Partha, behold the army of Kurus. You wanted to look at them, please look. So Arjuna started looking towards enemies. He saw Bhishma, Pitamaha. He saw Drona, his guru. He saw all the great warriors who happened to be Arjuna's relatives, friends, grandfathers, uncles, When he saw all that, Arjuna starts getting confused. Should he fight the war? And then he gives 4 reasons for not fighting. Those who not received this handout of the chapter 1, you can collect it in the reception today who have come for the first time. And we will also be sharing that in our soft copy in our WhatsApp group. So he gives us 4 reasons for not fighting. The first reason, he feels compassion towards his relatives. Natural. Anybody will feel daya, compassion. Killing is pain, isn't it? Giving pain is a compassion. And then he feels, if I kill them and I become king, I don't think I can enjoy, because at the cost of my own men, killing them, enjoying, I think I cannot enjoy this. He sees no enjoyment, though if I win, I will not be able to enjoy. Then third reason he says, if I kill all these kinsmen who are prepared to fight, that is as per the Vedic understanding, as per the natural understanding and common sense also, it is papa, sin. Killing anybody is sin. Giving pain, for that matter, giving any pain to others is a sinful activity. It's a papa karya. So now if I commit sin, then I will have to face the reaction for the sins which I commit. If I give pain, and I will receive pain. That's a natural law of justice. Even in the human society, if you give pain to other human being, the law of justice, the court will direct that you will be punished. So he says fear of sinful reaction. Then fourth reason, he says, if I kill all the men, all those who assembled in the battlefield, if I kill all of them, what will happen to back at their homes? Small children, women, old men, they will remain. What will they do? How will they earn their livelihood? Then for their livelihood, women section of society may get into adultery. If they get into adultery, then the reaction is the unwanted population will come. As per the Vedic Dharma, the children are born with the Garbhadana Samskara. In the Vedic marriages, even today, there is a process. After the marriage, there is a day for the husband and wife to beget child. So that is Garbhadana Samskara. That is one of the purificatory process where the Atma who deserves to take birth as a son of the husband and wife come and reside in the womb of wife. And there is a proper samskara made so that the Atma which comes does not get affected by the impurities of the material world. They become very disciplined, and with a good behavior, good nature, the child will be born. And the Garbhadana Samskara is done. There are total 10 samskaras. Vivaha Samskara, Garbhadana Samskara, Namakarana Samskara, Upanayana Samskara. Like this. Even the marriage is also Vivaha Samskara. Till Antya Samskara. So there are so many samskaras. These samskaras are nothing but purificatory processes to purify our consciousness. We are not supposed to become like animals. Human beings are supposed to be very civilized people who will progress towards higher values of human society, human goal. Higher values means dharma, artha, kama, moksha, the liberation. So the progress towards higher values of life. So this is the Vedic system. So that the human society, naturally there is a evolution. Everybody will keep progressing in their life. Now, in this case, Arjuna is saying, if the women get into adultery and if they become prostitutes and any such things, the progeny which gets created in the society, they are not with any samskaras. Then that population is called
Varna Sankara population. Varna Sankara means they are very disturbing population. They will create problem. They will become thieves, rogues, criminals. This is the result of no samskara. When the samskara is there, human beings will be very dharmic. When samskara is not there, they become like this: thieves, rogues and criminals. So Arjuna's fourth reason, that if I kill all of them, this may be the effect of the war. So I don't want to fight. And Arjuna is not only giving logical reason for not fighting, he also goes through an emotional turmoil. Emotionally he becomes very weak. His hands are shivering, legs are shivering, his hair is standing on end, his mouth is drying up, skin is burning, and his Gandiva, he's a great archer, he's a great fighter, and that Gandiva, which is gifted unto him by his great heroic capacity, that is slipping from his shoulder, and he is no more able to stand, and he sat down and with the grief stricken. I will not fight, I cannot fight. Krishna, I cannot fight. This is what is the summary of the first chapter. So what do we understand from this is, Arjuna is representing all of us. Arjuna is actually, from the proper perspective of Guru, Acharya, Jnana, what Gurus have taught us, from the Paramparagata Jnana, Arjuna is not actually under this kind of difficulty. Arjuna is acting like this because Arjuna is a great devotee of Krishna. Bhaktosi Priyosi. Krishna is calling Arjuna is very dear and my dear devotee. So such an exalted devotee of God cannot be under this situation. So Arjuna is acting like this. Why is he acting like this? Because he wants to bring out the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, which is the summary and sum and substance of all the Vedic knowledge. Summarized Vedic knowledge. He wants to bring out again to the human society, which is lost. Time and again it gets lost. This is very natural. In the human society also, the law enforcement, now and then you see, during the time of independence, during the time of Republic Day, the public servants like police, armies, they do route march, show their power, display their abilities. You know why do they do this? So that human society is reminded they are there to protect the law of the country. They are also there to protect the country, because our tendency is to forget. If you forget there is police, what will happen? People start become thieves. I don't care for the law. So they should be reminded now and then. Likewise, though Krishna, the God, had given this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita long ago, millions of years ago, over the period of time, it was lost. Now Krishna wanted to re-establish that knowledge in the human society 5,000 years back. Arjuna became instrumental, nimitta, for bringing the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita to all of us. So, we are also undergoing similar emotional turmoil and difficulties in all of our lives in different degrees. Somebody may be undergoing too much of emotional turmoil, somebody may be minimal. But all of us are undergoing some or other kind of difficulties and challenges in all of our lives. And all of our challenges and difficulties, we also have a valid, logical, reasonable arguments like Arjuna has. Why I am in difficulty? I have good answer for all those things. Now Krishna is going to burst this illusion of Arjuna in the rest of the Bhagavad Gita. Krishna's approach to make Arjuna realize the truth is the spiritual angle. He is not going to take the material angle. Because material angle, the solutions are temporary. If you come with the stomach pain, I can give you painkiller. How long you will be free from pain? Till the tablet works. The power of the tablet remains. After that, again you start feeling pain. The material solution is like this. You may come to me that saying, Prabhuji, I am very unhappy, very sad. At my home, this is happened, that is happened. I say, don't worry, you see Krishna. So I can give a emotional comfort. Don't worry, everything happens for good. So one day everything will be fine. So all these things. For time being, for 2-3 days, say for a week, a person can feel relieved. But again the problem comes back. This is the material solution. So now you see, Krishna is not taking that approach. He did not say, Arjuna, why are you worrying? I am there. You know I have Sudarshana Chakra. And you don't worry. Krishna did not say any of these things. I am there. You just relax. I understand your problem. Sympathize with him. Then what does Krishna do? How does Krishna take this forward? What is that knowledge Krishna gives to Arjuna? So that at the end of Bhagavad Gita he says, Nashta moha smritir labdhva. My moha has gone, my memory has come back. What is that? That is pure spiritual knowledge. So studying Bhagavad Gita or reading Bhagavad Gita is nothing but journey which we all are going to take, where we are going to understand these spiritual instructions which can make us permanently happy, not temporarily happy, permanently happy, which can also change our way we look at the world, which can change our thinking, how we look at our lives. This kind of very transformative information and the knowledge which we can find in Bhagavad Gita. That is why the first chapter is the preparation, introduction for the rest of the book. Now Krishna starts speaking in the second chapter. So today onwards we are going to understand what is Krishna's instruction, how does Krishna start speaking. This is dedicated to our spiritual master, His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada is also the author of book Bhagavad Gita as it is. So as you see in your handout, there are total 3 sections which you are going to cover today. Arjuna's indecision and accepting Lord Krishna as his Guru. Verse number 1 to 10. Verse number 11 to 30, Jnana or Sankhya, analysis of body and soul, matter and spirit. And the third section is Sakama Karma, performing prescribed duty gives enjoyment. So this is from verse number 31 to 37. Let us go by step. Now let us first read the first verse as an auspicious beginning of the session. You can all open the second chapter, first verse. And first and second we are going to chant now. Please repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Sanjaya Uvacha. Tam tatha kripaya vishtham. Tam tatha kripaya vishtham. Ashrupurna kulekshanam. अश्रुपूर्णाकुलेक्षणम् विषीदन्तम् इदं वाक्यम् विषीदन्तम् इदं वाक्यम् उवाच मधुसूदनः उवाच मधुसूदनः श्रीभगवानुवाच श्रीभगवानुवाच कुतस्त्वकश्मलमिदम् कुतस्त्वकश्मलमिदम् विषमे समुपस्थितम् विषमे समुपस्थितम् अनार्यजुष्टम् अस्वर्ग्यम् अनार्यजुष्टम् अस्वर्ग्यम् अकीर्तिकरमर्जुन अकीर्तिकरमर्जुन. So the translation of first verse, Sanjaya said, seeing Arjuna full of compassion and very sorrowful, his eyes brimming with tears, Madhusudana, Krishna, spoke the following words. He's looking at Arjuna. Arjuna is full of sorrowful and his eyes with the tears, and Krishna is looking at Arjuna. Arjuna is sitting down on the chariot, kept aside his bow and sitting, and Krishna spoke as follows. So first time in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is speaking. So next verse it is said, Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. It is not said Shri Krishna Uvacha. It is said Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. And what is he saying? The Supreme Person, Bhagavan, said, my dear Arjuna, how have these impurities come upon you? They are not at all befitting a man who knows the progressive values of life. They do not lead to higher planets but to infamy. Arjuna, what happened to you? He is not encouraging Arjuna's arguments. You can see, Krishna is not encouraging. Rather, Krishna is saying, how these impurities have come upon you? Why are you speaking like this? He is saying you are speaking such a way, it's not befitting to you. What you speak doesn't make any sense. Because anybody who are interested in the progressive values of life, Aryan means those who are interested in the progressive values of life, they don't speak like this. You are speaking like Anarya, uncivilized man. This will lead to you to the down planets. You have to suffer. You will become more infamous by doing this. It will not lead you to any success. So basically, Krishna chastised Arjuna. He did not encourage. He scolded Arjuna. What are you talking? Now, one more thing to note in this verse is, Krishna is addressed here as Bhagavan. Bhagavan Vacha. Now, it is before we go ahead with the Bhagavad Gita, it is important to understand why Krishna is called as Bhagavan. In Sanskrita, Bhaga means opulence. Aishwarya. Bhaga. Bhagavan means one who possesses this Aishwarya, opulence. Shaktivan means one who possesses Shakti, isn't it? Buddhivan means one who possesses good intelligence, correct? So, Bhagavan means one who possesses opulences. Now, Bhagavan means what? There is a definition given in the Vedic literatures. What is the definition? Definition says, Aishwaryasya samagrasya viryasya yashashastriyaha jnana vairagyashchaiva shanna iti bhaganna. There is a Shadaishwarya Purna. That is why we call Krishna as a or Vishnu as a Shadaishwarya Purna. Shadaishwarya Purna means 6 kind of opulences which God possesses. So what are those? Is explained. Aishwaryasya samagrasya viryasya yashasya striyaha jnana vairagyaha. In English it is like this. Aishwaryaha, all rich. Viryaha, strength. Yashasaha, fame. Shriyaha, beauty. Jnanaha, knowledge. Vairagyaha, renunciation. Now, these are the called opulences because it attracts. It is very attractive thing in this world. It is always very attractive to possess. It is very, not ordinary people can possess these things. Not all 6. If somebody possesses all 6 in full quantity, is called God. Is called Bhagavan. In this world also, we see anybody possesses any of this, not all 6, any of these things, in a little more quantity than all of us, he becomes attractive or she becomes attractive. What is the example? All riches. If the, say, Bill Gates, if Bill Gates walks in and comes and sits for Bhagavad Gita class, all our eyes will be towards him. Why? What is the opulence he has got? He has become very attractive. Riches. Money. So money attracts any rich person immediately. Not that Bill Gates is very beautiful. That's why everybody is looking at him. He is beautiful because of the money he has. So that is all riches. See, he becomes attractive. Somebody has so much of strength. Somebody who can, who is weightlifter, who can lift 200 kgs with all muscles. He comes walking in, and everybody becomes attractive towards him because of the strength one possesses. That also can make a person attractive. Famous, whatever reason, he is son of some famous person, he can also become famous, isn't it? So any famous person comes and he is also very attractive. She is also attractive. Anybody is very beautiful, he or she becomes attractive. Everybody look at that person. Anybody is possessing so much of knowledge, that person also becomes attractive. And somebody is very selfless, is renounced for himself, he does not work, he works for others. For him, he has very simple life. But all hard work that person does for others. He is renounced, he does not want anything. That person also becomes attractive. Can you see? Very little one of these qualities, out of the 6 qualities, if anybody possesses those qualities in this world, become attractive. I always give the example. Think of the Indian movies. In the movies, somebody is called hero. He will possess one or more of this. That's how you come to know this person is hero or heroine in the movie. They don't hang a board saying that I am the hero of this movie. How do you identify in the movie who is the hero? After watching some time, you'll come to know, oh, he is the hero of the movie. He is the villain of the movie. She is the heroine of the movie. After some time, you will come to know, isn't it? After start watching. How do you come to know? Either he will be very rich, or he will be very strong. So much strength that one blow he can smash 50 people. We see such those days, earlier days. I don't know. These days also in movies those things are there. Olden days when I watched movies 25 years back, 20 years back. That time the hero comes. We come to know who is hero. Some 15-20 people are dragging one woman, and he comes in a bicycle, hero, and he comes and smashes all of them. They try to run in a good cars and good vehicles, but this hero can overtake those cars in bicycle. And like this, he shows his strength. Then you come to know, oh, here is a hero. Then as soon as we see him, if there are any unpleasant things are happening, very sad things are happening, they show hero, all the audience become relieved. He has come. Now the situation will be better. So that is strength. Or he'll be very famous. People will be glorifying that person for his fame. Or and sometimes multiple of these things. He or she will be very beautiful. Generally they pick hero or heroine who relatively look more beautiful, isn't it? At least in that movie, among everybody, he should be or she should be beautiful. They don't pick somebody who is having cross teeth and body and does not have proper shape of body. They don't pick that person as a hero. The hero should be looking good, heroine should be looking good. They pick like that. Why? This beauty is attractive, knowledge is attractive, renunciation. So what does the hero do sometimes in the movie? He sacrifices himself for betterment of others. Sometimes for the heroine, sometimes for somebody else. So then people appreciate. You see how great personality he is. Now why I am telling this? Make you all understand how perfect definition Vedic literatures have given. When they said Shadaishwarya Purna means somebody is not like a hero of the movie. Someone has all the strength. Their strength is that person's strength is unlimited. That person's richness is unlimited. That person's fame is unlimited. That person's beauty is unlimited. That person's knowledge is unlimited. That person's does not have attraction for any of the material things. Anybody possesses this unlimited in full, he is called Bhagavan. Aishwaryasya samakrasya viryasya ashasasri. Now, important to note, in the Bhagavad Gita, when Vyasadeva is addressing Krishna, Krishna is speaking, he is not saying Krishna uvacha. He is saying Bhagavan uvacha. That means what? Krishna is that person who is possessing all the opulences. This is very important. This is how we have to look at Krishna in the rest of the Bhagavad Gita now. Then we can understand in much better way the Bhagavad Gita. The name Krishna also has a reason like this. The attraction. This I said all this opulences attracts us. If somebody is possessing all six, Krishna is possessing everything, he should be all attractive. He should be completely, unlimitedly attractive to all of us. That personality. Actually, Krishna, when you translate that to English, nothing but all attractive. Akarshati iti Krishna. So he attracts everybody. So that is why name of God in our religion is also very scientific. It actually giving the meaning that this person is all attractive. He possesses all the opulences. This is the meaning of that. So this is about Bhagavan Uvacha. So as I explained to you, Krishna displayed all this in his pastime. Krishna is very beautiful. Krishna is all renounced. Krishna is having all the wealth. Lakshmi Sahasra Shatasam Brahma Sevyamanam. The Lakshmi Devi himself is at his lotus feet. And Krishna is all famous. Krishna is having all the knowledge. That's why we are hearing Bhagavad Gita. Krishna is having all strength. That's why he could lift Govardhana hill. So like this it is explained in this place. Now, Arjuna says, after Krishna is saying like this, okay, give up your weakness, Oh Arjuna, Krishna says next verse, O son of Pruta, do not yield to this degraded importance, it does not become you. Give up this petty weakness of heart and arise, O chaster of enemy. Now Arjuna asks one more thing. Now Arjuna is confused. Till now he was thinking his reasons are very valid. Now he says, I am a little confused. He says, Arjuna said, O killer of Madhu, Krishna, how can I counterattack with arrows in the battle men like Bhishma and Drona who are worthy of my worship? It is better to live in this world by begging than live at the cost of the lives of the great souls who are my teachers. So why should I fight? It does not help me in any way. Better I will beg and live, is what Arjuna is saying. Nor do we know, I am reading the 6th verse translation, nor do we know which is better, conquering them or conquered by them. The sons of Dhritarashtra, whom if we kill we should not care to live, are now standing before us on this battlefield. Now come to verse number 7. So let us chant this verse, this very important verse. Arjuna is saying this. Please repeat after me. Karpanya doshopahata swabhavaha Karpanya doshopahata swabhavaha Prachami Tvam Dharma Sammudha Chetaha Prachami Tvam Dharma Sammudha Chetaha Yachreyahasyan Nishchitam Brohitan me Yachreyahasyan Nishchitam Brohitan me Shishyasteham Shadhimam Tvam Prapannam Shishyasteham Shadhimam Tvam Prapannam Karpanya doshopahata svabhavaha Prachami tvam dharma sammudha chetaha Yachreyahasyan nishchitam brohitan me Shishyasteham shadhimam tvam prapannam. Very important. Now Arjuna is saying, now I am confused about my duty and have lost all composure because of weakness. In this condition, I am asking you to tell me clearly what is best for me. Now, I am your disciple and the soul surrendered unto you. Please instruct me. See, this is an important step to receive spiritual knowledge. Accepting the superior authority, Guru. Now he is accepting Krishna directly. He is very fortunate. He is accepting Krishna only directly as Guru. Now, my dear Lord, all these days, I and you were friends. I would put my hand on your shoulder and you would put my hand on my shoulder. And we would sleep together, we would play together, we would run together, we would eat together. Now, but today, no more friendly talks. Because friendly talks other person, the friends, don't take others' instructions seriously. It's a friend's advice. Friend can give advice, not instruction. But Arjuna wants instruction. Now Arjuna wants to change his relationship with Krishna. What is his relationship he wants with Krishna? I am soul surrendered unto you. Shishyasteham shadimam tvam prapannam. He's saying, I don't want, I am just soul surrendered unto you. Why am I surrendering unto you? Because karpanya doshopahata swabhavaha. I am covered by this miserly weakness. Karpanya doshopahata. I am confused about my duty. I don't know what is right, what is wrong. Now you please instruct me, my dear Krishna. So this kind of humble attitude of accepting the authority of Krishna is required to understand Bhagavad Gita. Now, as Arjuna has set into right understanding, Krishna will start giving the knowledge. That's where actually the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita begins. So this is also an instruction for us. What should be our consciousness while reading Bhagavad Gita? Not in a challenging spirit. Oh, why Krishna is speaking like this? What is this? What is that? Can you tell me this is from Bhagavad Gita? That is from Bhagavad Gita? No, not to exploit Bhagavad Gita. Understand Bhagavad Gita as Krishna is going to tell us. That kind of humility is important to understand the Gita. I can find no means to drive away this grief which is drying of my senses. I will not be able to destroy it even if I win an unrivaled kingdom on the earth with sovereignty like the demigods in the heaven. Imagine there is no war. I just become the king. Still I cannot enjoy because I am covered by this confusion. Because I thought what my arguments are correct. But you are telling you are anarya, you are uncivilized. Why are you talking like this? Arjuna is completely confused. So having spoken thus, Arjuna told Krishna, Govinda, I shall not fight, and fell silent. He became silent after this. Now, in the last verse in this section, O descendant of Bharata, Sanjaya is speaking this. At that time, Krishna, smiling in the midst of both the armies, spoke the following words to the grief-stricken Arjuna. Now Krishna, smilingly, very nice, enchanting smile in the face of the Lord, because he knows what is the problem he is going through. He has a solution for it. That is why he is smiling. He knows what is the problem in Arjuna and he also has a solution. So, giving a kind of confidence to Arjuna, smilingly, Krishna starts speaking. Now, Krishna again speaks. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. Now let us chant this also. Verse number 11. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. Ashochananvashocastvam. Ashochananvashocastvam. Prajnavadamcha bhashase. Gatasu nagatasumcha. Nanu shochanti panditaha. Krishna again chastises Arjuna. While speaking learned words, you are mourning for what is not worthy of grief. Those who are wise lament neither for the living nor for the dead. If you are a panditaha, learned person called panditaha, if you are a pandita, he does not lament for the living people, dead people, both. But you are talking like pandita, but acting like a pandita. So what is this? You are mourning for which is not worthy. Why he is saying, now Krishna reveals the first knowledge. This is called Sankhya. Okay. Jnana Yoga or Sankhya Yoga, where Krishna going to analyze how what we see in this world, I, myself, yourself, all this is nothing but body. Real self we are not able to see. The example is, if somebody dies, what do we say? He passed away. Isn't it? Imagine somebody is died and dead body is there right in front of you. You say, this person has passed away. Where he is there lying in front of you? Why are you saying he is dead? He has gone, he has passed away. What has passed away? That life has gone. That life, you may call it as a life, you may call it as a life energy, you may call it as a spirit, you may call it as a soul, Atma, but that energy is different from this body. That is there even in our language. Regular language when you are speaking, that time also this is there. I say, I will come. I don't say, I will come. Because Lord, Atma is seated in the heart region, isn't it? So in normal body language and language also it is there. So if I want to demonstrate this, very simple thing, but it is very interesting thing. So I want an volunteer to come. Come. What's your name? Abhinandan. No, congratulations to you. So now I'll ask you some very simple questions which you should answer. And these questions may appear silly, but still you should answer, because you're going to derive some learning from these questions. Okay? Now, this part of your body, what is this called as? Hand. Okay. Whose hand is this?
Mine.
It's your hand, my hand you're saying. Okay. You're wearing a shirt. Whose shirt is this? It's my shirt, your shirt, correct. So now, if I say, you also have the leg which is you are able to walk, isn't it? Whose leg is it? Loudly you tell.
Mine.
Your leg. Okay. All this put together, legs and hands and stomach and head, what is this called as?
Body.
Whose body is this?
Mine.
Mine. Then where are you? Who are you? Very striking question. Okay. Please give a applause for him. Thank you very much. Okay. We say, my hand, my head, my stomach. What do we say? My body is paining. My stomach is paining. I don't say, I stomach is paining. I hand is paining. I head is paining. I head. No, mine. Is all mine. Means identity. This is mine. But who am I then? All the way we think myself means this body. But we say this body itself is mine. Means I am beyond this body. That identity of mine is not this body. So that is already there in our language. When we talk, that is clear for us. Now Krishna is going to give an instruction about this here in the 12th verse. He says, Natvevaham jatu nasam natvam neme janadipaha na chaiva na bhavishyamaha sarve vayam atha param. Never was there a time when I did not exist, nor you, nor all these kings, nor in the future shall any of us cease to be. That means 100 years back, also we were all there. 1924, we were all there. 2124, we all will be there. Never there was a time when I was not there, nor in the future. I will always exist. What is that I, Krishna, must be referring now? Krishna is not referring to this body. In 1924, were we having this body? Were we there in this body? No. Then what is that Krishna is saying? I was always there in the past and in the future. He is not referring to this body. That I and you are not this body. We are Atma. We are soul. The first basic knowledge of spirituality, Bhagavad Gita, is this. I am not this body. I am soul. Then Krishna says, very interesting analogy in the next verse. Verse number 13. Please repeat after me. Dehinosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yavvanam jara tatha dehantara praptihi dhiras tatra namuhyati. As the embodied soul constantly passes in this body, from the boyhood, you can see the picture there, boyhood to the youth to the old age, the soul similarly passes into the another body at death. The self-realized soul is not bewildered by such a change. The body is changing. I will give one more example. When you are all in your schools, some of your children also there, except them. When you are all there in your school, say you are in a 5th standard or 3rd standard or 1st standard, maybe you may have some photos of yours, a small child photo. Among the 50 students standing there and some 10 teachers, one class photo, entire our class section photo, you may be having with you. And if you bring that photo to me and ask Prabhuji, please tell me, can you find where am I standing in this? Will I be able to detect? No. Why? Because though you are the same person standing in the 4th row, the 4th person, but today you have got different body. Krishna is giving this analogy. Dehinosmin yata dehe kaumaram. In the kaumara you have one kind of body when you are young. Yavvanam, when you become young you have got another body. Kaumaram, Yavvanam, Jara. When you become old, you got another kind of body. Body is constantly changing, but you are not changing. You are the same person. Your mother will tell, she is my daughter. Even after you become 40 years, 50 years, your body is completely changed. How it was 50 years back or 40 years back or 30 years back. What is that your mother is referring as she is my daughter, he is my son? That is not the body. That is actually the soul. Dehinosmin yata dehe kaumaram yavvanam jara. Similarly, Krishna is saying, tata dehantara praptihi. Dehantara praptihi means actually the soul transmigrates to another body. When? At the time of death. Soul does not die. Body dies. Dhiraha tatra namuhyati. The man who was sober, he does not get affected by those changes. The self-realized soul is not bewildered by such a change. So now, because Arjuna may think, I should lament for body, though I am not this body, my today's relationship is with this body. Then Krishna is saying, no, body is also changing. Whom you are considering, Duryodhana as your brother, when you are young, he had different body. And now today he is standing in front of you to fight with you, he is having different body. So body is changing. Still there may be some kind of pain because of our attachment to the bodies. We may have attachment to the bodies. We may have some pain. Then Krishna gives another instruction to solve that pain. What is that? Please repeat this 14th verse. Matra sparshastu kaunteya Shitoshna sukha dukkhadah Agama payino nityas Tam titikshasva bharata. This is a very good principle which Krishna is teaching in Bhagavad Gita to face pleasure and pain in our life. All of us will go some kind of pleasure and pain. What is that? O son of Kunti, the non-permanent appearance of happiness and distress. Happiness is also non-permanent. Distress is also non-permanent. Both are not permanent. Appearance of the happiness and distress and their disappearance in due course are like appearance and disappearance of the winter and summer seasons. Summer it becomes too hot, then we don't like that. We have to wait, and the summer will change, the rains will come. Sometimes the rains is too much, we get disturbed by that, and we have to wait. It will also disappear, winter will come. Like that, in our lives, happiness and distress will come. We need not to ask for it. It will come in our life. Happiness also will come, distress also will come. What you should do? They arise from the sense perception, O son of Bharata. One must learn to tolerate them without being disturbed. Titikshasva Bharata. You have to tolerate. If you try to do anything else, it will only create more miseries. It will disappear in the due course of time. If you are unhappy today, don't worry, wait. There will be a day will come, tomorrow you will be happy. If you are happy, don't think that happiness is forever. That also may disappear. So one has to learn to tolerate this. Krishna is giving this instruction to Arjuna. If at all he thinks that killing the Kauravas may bring him unhappiness, that unhappiness will go away. So this is what Arjuna, Krishna's instruction. Now the next, this one video, I don't know whether if I can play this. There's a video where this proves about the reincarnation. We are not this body. This happened in the World Trade Center in America, which was attacked by Osama bin Laden. One man from the 40th floor or 80th floor jumped. He was working in such and such office, stock exchange or something. Just died, jumping from that floor. And after 1 or 2 decades, or a few years, I think 6 years or something, a boy takes birth in another country who happens to be very expert in all those things. As he starts speaking, he talks about all technical language. He talks about very learned things. He talks about his names of his friends. He talks about him jumping. And then parents start worried. They start looking, what is this all about? Because they didn't know. Then they found out from his colleagues that there is a man like this of this name, and he jumped and died. So this became a real story to study about the reincarnation, which science has no answer, because only Bhagavad Gita can answer, only our dharma can answer this question. And the Bhagavad Gita has told long ago that the soul never dies, it gets new body. And those who do not believe, so this kind of facts stares at their face. They must accept the reality of reincarnation. So then further I'll go on reading the translation now. Okay. This is where Krishna is going to explain about how soul is different. Know that which I am reading the verse number 15. O best among men, Arjuna, the person who is not disturbed by happiness and distress and steady in both is certainly eligible for liberation. Those who are the seers of the truth have concluded that the non-existence there is no endurance, for the existence there is no cessation. These seers have concluded by studying the nature of both. It's about non-existence, which is no endurance, means the body. The body has no endurance. And existence means the Atma, which has no cessation, which never dies. Know that which pervades the entire body is indestructible. No one is able to destroy the imperishable soul. The soul cannot be destroyed, and you may destroy the body, but the soul cannot be killed. And this verse number 17 purport, lot of other scriptural references are given about the size of the soul and what is soul. Those details are given. Then in the verse number 18 and verse number 17 also talks about how the body has changes. Okay. There are 6 changes to the body. Okay, it's given in the purport. The body takes birth, it exists for some time, it grows and then exists for some time, then produces byproducts, then dwindles and dies. It's called Shadvikara. It's called Shadvikara of the any substance, vastu in the material world. It takes birth, it grows, it exists, it produces byproducts, it dwindles and it dies. So these are the 6 changes of the body which happens. Then for some more things are given. For the soul there is neither birth nor death at any time. He is unborn, eternal, ever existing and primeval. He is not slain when the body is slain. He has not come into being, does not come into being, and will not come into being. Now you all must be happy. You are not their soul. You are that soul. You are not this body. Nobody can kill you. Nobody can do anything to you. You are beyond this material body. Na jayate mriyate va kadachin nayam bhutva bhavita va na bhuyaha. Let us chant this verse. This is one of the shloka for memorization. Please repeat. Verse number 20. Na jayate mriyate va kadachin nayam bhutva bhavita va na bhuyaha ajo nityam shashvatoyam purano nahanyate hanyamane sharire. So that is the translation. Soul there is never birth nor death, nor having once been, does not ever cease to be. He is unborn, eternal, ever existing, undying, primeval, not slain when the body is slain. Interestingly, I must tell you, in 1960s, some of the scientists of the physics, they were actually doing a research on the matter. Like a lot of research happened on the matter. Atom. What does the atom has? It has neutron, proton, electron, isn't it? So like this, the science is studying. E is equal to mc square. They're trying to understand the energy, trying to understand the matter. Then some scientists in 1960s, they thought there must be something which is not matter also in this world. Because everything we study is what we can perceive, what we can experience. There is something which I cannot see, I cannot perceive, that also should be existing in this. They called that as antimatter. Matter, opposite to that is antimatter. Then they listed the qualities of the antimatter. Physics, scientists, what are the qualities of the antimatter? The qualities of antimatter is the opposite of the qualities of the matter, obviously, isn't it? So that came to be what is told in Bhagavad Gita long ago is unbreakable, insoluble, neither burnt nor dried, everlasting, present everywhere, unchangeable, immovable, eternally the same. It cannot be burnt, it cannot be moistened, it cannot be cut. So this is the quality of antimatter. Actually the soul is in a different dimensional existence. That energy is having all these qualities. And we belong to that. We are actually eternal. We are permanent. We don't die. Body dies. Nobody can do anything to us. We are Atma. So what happened to us? Then what is the purpose of my existence? When the body dies, what happens next? All those things Krishna will tell now in the future, in the other chapters. But the basic understanding that what is the quality and characteristics of the soul? It is invisible, inconceivable and immutable. Just like a person puts on a new garment, giving up the old ones, the soul similarly accepts the new material bodies, giving up the old and useless ones. Just like you wore the new dress today, yesterday's dress you put it aside, different dress you wore. Just like that, the Atma wears different kind of dresses. The dress is this body. So this is Sankhya, the analysis of body and soul, which Krishna is giving to Arjuna. So, though if Arjuna thinks, if the body and the soul is also dies, Krishna gives another argument. Anyway, anybody takes birth, death is certain. So these great souls like Bhishma and Drona, definitely the next life will be very good for them. So you need not worry. Anyway, everyone has to die. So what's wrong in fighting a battle of killing? So this is his argument. After death, one is sure to take birth again. One who is born sure to die. Both are unavoidable. Birth and death arise from one's good and bad deeds. All beings are invisible in their beginning, manifest in their interim state, and invisible again when destroyed. So, why to lament? So let us, Arjuna is saying, Krishna is saying, you please fight. Does it mean that he can do some violence now? No, today you go back home. Say, I learned in Bhagavad Gita class today that body is temporary, soul is permanent. If somebody dies, new body comes. Nobody can be killed. So Krishna also said, Arjuna, you can kill. So today I go back home and whoever is my enemy, so good day to kill. So can we do that? And if somebody asks in the court, the judge asks, the lawyer asks, you say, I promise on Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that the body is temporary, the soul is permanent. So hence I killed. I killed only body only, soul I did not kill. Can you say this? No. Why? Though body is temporary, some people everybody is having their karma and enjoying or suffering based on their karma. You don't have rights to intervene in others' life and karma. If you intervene, you have to face the consequences. Here, Krishna, the God himself, is decided something is different from you do something for your happiness. In fact, Krishna is inspiring Arjuna to fight, not for his happiness. Arjuna said, I cannot be happy by fight. But Krishna is going to tell this war is for Dharma Samstapana, not for you becoming king. This is not the purpose of this war. So, this cannot be justified. The violence cannot be justified based on this argument. This argument says the truth of life, but everybody has the right to live in their bodies. You don't have a right to encroach on others' rights. Then it becomes sin. So, with this, then we'll go to the next section. So now we understood the difference between body and soul. This is the Jnana or Sankhya analysis. Sankhya means analysis. So we analyzed how the body is different, how soul is different, with the different examples today we have discussed. Now we come to the last section of today's discussion. The last section is Sakama Karma, means by performing duties you will enjoy the result. Sakama, when you do karma which you like, you do the karma, you will enjoy the result. What kind of karma you should do? Which should be your duty, prescribed to you. You should do Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. I'll talk about it later. It is not based on the birth. I'll talk in detail. Krishna will explain those things in the 4th chapter. All of us have the rights to perform. All of us have certain duties to perform. By performing the duties, you will acquire punya. He is telling now Arjuna, let us read these translations quickly. What Krishna is going to tell Arjuna. If you do not perform your religious duties, verse number 33, of fighting, then, last section, 31, 32, then 33. 31 and 32 I will read now. Considering 31 translation, considering your specific duty as a Kshatriya, you should know that there is no better engagement for you than fighting. Then, O Partha, happy are the Kshatriyas to whom such fighting opportunities come unsought, opening for them the doors of the heavenly planet. Actually, Kshatriyas, if they fight and win the war, they become king. If they lose the war, they are not supposed to run away. Either they should die or win. If they die in the battlefield, they get Swarga, the heaven. That's the arrangement, law of nature. So, both the ways they are very fortunate. So, if you do not fight, perform your religious duty of fighting, then, in the 33, you will certainly incur sin for neglecting your duties and thus lose your reputation as a fighter. Verse number 34. People will always speak of your infamy, and for a respectable person, dishonor is worse than the death. 35. The great generals will think that you have left the battlefield out of fear only. Thus, they will consider you insignificant. 36. Your enemies will describe you in the many unkind words and scorn your ability. What could be more painful to you? Verse number 37. Therefore, get up with determination and fight. So these verses from 31 to 37, if you see in your handout, it is very nicely summarized. It's called Sakama Karma. Performing prescribed duty gives enjoyment. Verse number 31 and 32. Doing prescribed duty of fighting opens doors for heaven. By avoiding fight, you will incur sin, infamy and criticism. Benefit of fight, kingdom in victory and heaven in the defeat. This is called Sakama Karma. You do your duty and enjoy the result of it. Whatever your duty is prescribed, do it honestly, do your duty, enjoy the result of it. This is the first. This chapter I said, the second chapter is called Contents of Gita Summarized. Why this chapter called Contents of Gita Summarized? You will understand the entire Bhagavad Gita summary in the second chapter. Then Krishna will go on elaborating those things. Therefore, if you don't understand something in today's class, if you think it is too much, don't worry. Krishna will elaborate it in the future chapters. Anyway, today we did not discuss anything very complicated. We discussed only 3 things. One is that Arjuna surrendering to Krishna. Second is that Krishna explaining you are not this body, you are soul. Third thing that Krishna is telling you must do your duty. duty. By doing duty, you will gain the fruits of it. You will enjoy. These are the three things which Krishna has told. Basically, we touched two yoga systems. One is called Sankhya Yoga. Second is called Sakama Karma Yoga. We have touched these two. In the next class, we will touch on the Nishkama Karma Yoga. The yoga, the karma, then you should not look for result and do. Krishna will explain that in the next verses. First he explained this, next he will explain next level, next he will explain next level. Like this he will take us through a journey in the second chapter. At the end he will conclude with the highest understanding. So, but in this course sometimes we don't understand something, don't worry. Krishna is going to elaborate it in the future chapters. So now we have completed these three sections of the first chapter. Next three sections from verse number 38 to 72 we will discuss in the next class. With this we have come to the end of today's session, part 1 of the chapter 2, named Contents of Gita Summarized. Anybody has any question to ask? So what I request all of you is, now that you understood what is first chapter, what is second chapter up to now, please go back and read this. You will get more understanding. You will not get confused. You will get better understanding, better clarity. Next class when I ask you, you have any questions, you may have some questions to ask also. Because you read, you got some doubts, you can ask those questions. Clarify those things and make best use of these sessions. Next 18 sessions, you have completed 2 sessions out of 20 sessions. Next 18 sessions, you will get the maximum benefit if you read those chapters. You have 1 week time, this Sunday to next Sunday. So you can easily read chapter 1 and chapter 2 up to verse number 37. Please read this and come back in the next session. I also request you, if you want to absorb what you are reading, you require spiritual strength. The process to get spiritual strength is that you have to chant the holy name of Krishna. This is the process given in the Shastras. How to chant? Very simple. If you go to our counter there, they will give you one mala, chanting beads. Or you can even count in your fingers also. Basically you have to count 108. Fingers, mala is very easy and it is easy to keep your focus. It helps in your concentration and better quality of meditation. You can buy a mala. Then there is also a card of chanting Hare Krishna mantra card. Please take that card. There is a mantra called Pancha Tattva mantra, which we chant in the beginning. What is that? Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. This you should chant once only. Once after chanting this, you should chant 108 times Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Like this, very softly you are chanting. You should be able to hear that much softly, because that sound vibration is important. Just like when you say Om, that vibration is important. This Hare Krishna mantra, vibration is also important, mantra, so that hear and chant. It takes 10 minutes of your time. How many minutes God has given you in a day? Any mathematicians in the class? 24 into 60. 1440 minutes. And how much I am asking? 10 minutes. That 10 minutes you will gain so much of spiritual potency, Shakti in you. Do that and then read Bhagavad Gita. You will understand better. So I would request all of you to practice this, and this will change your life. This will change the way you lead your life, and whole thing, lot of positivity things will come in your life. Don't think that practicing Bhagavad Gita and spirituality is something like I have to give up what I have Okay, I have family, I have children, I have husband, I have wife. Oh, if I practice all these things, maybe I may become distasteful on those things, and then I may lose the family. Don't think that is not true. That's a very wrong understanding of spiritual life. Look at the Bhagavad Gita itself. Having heard Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna went back and fought the war. He became king. If that is so, if that understanding is so, then Arjuna, after hearing Bhagavad Gita, should have left, gone to forest. So right understanding is that in your life you will become more strong, very positive. Definitely you may give up some which is not good for you. You'll get the strength which you are thinking from so long, I should not do this, but still you are doing. You'll get the strength to give up those things, definitely. So your life will become more positive, strong, happy, and with the purpose, life will have some purpose, meaning, life will have the meaning why I should live the life. So all these things are going to come by the mercy of Bhagavad Gita and Krishna in your life. So you all have joined this course. Take this seriously and make an attempt. Next 3 months, make this attempt to progress, which will be the asset for your rest of the life. So with this, I will stop. Shri Shri Krishna Balaram ki, Shri Shri Nitai Gauranga ki, Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.